I believe it's a very valuable energy source that's abundant, and fuel that our traditional fuels of today are getting harder to locate, and it's damaging our environment. Using traditional sources, it never pays for itself. With solar, if it pays for itself for one day, you've saved taxpayers lots of money. Paybacks that we're seeing typically on government buildings are somewhere around 15 years. In Minneapolis' case, and the projects that we're working on now, it's going to save taxpayers millions of dollars over 40 years, so it just makes sense. I actually have owned an electrical contracting company since 2006, and I didn't employ anybody until I started into the solar industry. So as soon as I started kind of heavily into the solar industry, I believe I employed 10 people. So it's a growing industry, and at this point it's kind of a small industry, so we're excited. With the growth of it comes the growth of many jobs. Yep, it's the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. We are a IBEW member as a contractor with Able Energy, and we work just the professional. They're highly trained, not only in safety, but in the tasks that they do. Definitely that they're licensed electricians. Not all the tasks on a PV system requires it, but most of it does. I'd say 50–60% of it. And then that they're NABCEP certified, which is important. That's ensuring the customer or potential customer that this person has taken a dedicated amount of time to train themselves properly in solar installation. And it's not doesn't necessarily have to be an electrician, but it's very beneficial if that is the case, that the NABCEP person is the electrician. Well, the renewable energy credit essentially is 1 kilowatt-hour of energy produced from a PV system, which can be bought and sold and traded, ultimately cap and trade. I obviously am for it. It would be a great benefit for many people that are installing solar or any renewable energy for that matter, just in helping it helping it provide a faster return on investment, and also kind of help offsetting, our dirtier energy sources. It pays for itself. We shake our heads daily that we can't believe that more people aren't doing it. Sometimes it seems almost too good to be true. It pays for itself. The reason we buy houses and not rent is because eventually our hopes are that we don't have to pay to live somewhere. And it's the same thing for solar, except for it's not a 30-year mortgage, or it's typically a 6-year mortgage. So we've got guaranteed power production for 25 years. It makes sense. If the payback's 24 years and it's still 25, it still makes sense. But in our markets, it happens to be, with Xcel Energy's rebate program, the federal tax credit, we're seeing paybacks in the 6-year mark, so it just makes sense. We're at Royalston Maintenance Facility for the City of Minneapolis. It's just over 100 kW. It's a ballasted mount system, obviously fixed in place, and overlooking a garbage burning facility. Approximately, I think it's 115,000 kilowatt hours a year. Well, this is kind of one that I ran a model on, and this was around the 15-year payback with no federal and no rebates whatsoever, and we'll save this facility alone over 40 years. I think it was $1.8 million. So $1.8 million that taxpayers will never have to pay that they would if they didn't have it on their roof. So it's an investment well worth it. We actually have a really good solar potential here in the state, actually the region. I believe we got same amount of sun as parts of Florida, Texas, and our cold weather helps. The colder it is, like a beautiful sunny day like today, it's rather cool out. These things are actually working very efficiently. The hotter they get, the less efficient they become. Heat is their enemy. So in our cool climate in the winter, we do see a little bit of a boost of energy production. But however, though, our window obviously is much shorter.
So how do you like working in solar?
I do like it. We're making a difference in society. Yes. I feel like actually, the work that you're doing is going to go to a greater good. It helps everybody in a way. So.